Good morning. I'm heading over to the yoga studio, I hope. The traffic situation is so bad that even though I gave myself literally 40 minutes to get to some place that's 20 minutes away, my GPS still says I'm going to be late. And I'm like, it's after 9. Like, aren't people supposed to be at work by 9? I think I need some Shavasana in my life. Anyway, I started doing yoga in the spring of this year. Just randomly saw something pop up on Facebook about a beginner's class at this place called Charleston Community Yoga, which is not the closest yoga place to my house, but I like the area it's in, and the classes were being held on Sunday, so it really didn't matter. And it was a great place to go, get some lunch, do after yoga, go shopping, whatever. It's in a cool place. So I went with my wife. She decided about halfway through the 6-week course that it wasn't for her, so she stopped going. But I kept going, and the teacher, her name is Mandy. She's really cool. And I think that's probably so important, that if you're going to do something new like that the person that's kind of, the person that's acting as your training wheels to do this new venture connects with you, that you're kind of like, okay, I see where she's coming from. I think the first day, she was kind of talking to the class. One of the things she said was, you just need to let shit go. And I looked over at my wife, and we both just smiled, because we were like, all right, she's talking our language. She's not like, she's not going to be all weird and uptight. She's grounded and down to earth, but also a very spiritual person, which is something that's pleasant to be around. Anyway, I don't think that's who's teaching the class I'm going to right now, but since then, I've gone to...
Police reported ahead.
Many different yoga studios, and had a bunch of different teachers. And I still go back when I can to the Charleston Community Yoga, even though it's a drive, because I really like the place, and it kind of feels like home. It's like a home base. Even though there's a studio like 5 minutes away from my house, which I've only been to a couple times, and I like it. It's really nice. So that's where I'm headed. If I can get there. I might not ever get there. You might see an angry video of somebody who did not get his relaxation and stretch on in a few seconds. We'll see. What up, Bill? All right, I've got good news. I showed up just in time. I literally walked in the door just as they were about to lock them, which to me is late still, but I guess I just know I have to go even earlier if I want to get there in the morning. But I'll tell you what, I went into the class feeling good. Like I was still in a kind of there was an energy of anxiety while I was driving, which I'm sure you heard a few seconds ago in the time traveling world of video casting, blogging, whatever you want to call it. And so I was all kind of in an anxious state, but at the same time, like as soon as I walked in, I realized, okay, it was going to happen. It was like this giant weight lifted off my shoulder. I was like, okay, I can relax. My time wasn't wasted. And then, funnily enough, there was, it was a pretty crowded room in the studio this morning, and there was one spot open, and it was next to Mandy. Mandy was not teaching; she was just practicing, and which was kind of funny because we had just talked about her being my first yoga teacher. So that was kind of cool. And then during the practice. There's a point where the instructors asked you to focus on something you're grateful for. So I chose to be grateful for my assistant Melissa because she was on my mind as far as I was using a new mat that she gave me for my birthday. Her sister owns a yoga, product line, where she designs a product line for a yoga company, and it's called Yoga Design Lab. And so Melissa gave me a really nice mat and a yoga towel for the mat, which I didn't get to use the towel this morning because I was in a hurry and I just grabbed the mat and ran in there. So here, let me see. This is the towel. There you go. Yoga Design Lab. So I can't wait to actually try the towel out. But the mat was really cool. It was a very different feel, very different. It was like a fabric-y thing instead of a rubbery thing. It was a little weird at first because I wasn't sweaty yet, and it was a little slippery. But once I got a little sweat going, which doesn't take long for me, it gripped right up. And then after class was done, Mandy asked me about the mat, which was, another level of like just this weird sensation that we're all connected and we're kind of all thinking on these wavelengths, So I had just finished focusing on Melissa and the fact that she had given me this nice gift. And then I was being asked about it like minutes later. So I told Mandy all about what Melissa's sister does and the products they make and all that stuff. So that was kind of cool. Full circle story. That's it. I'm going to go shower up and get on with my working day. I'll check back with you later. Oh, this is exciting. I don't know why. It's like I'm a child, but I just pulled into the car wash. So let's check this out. A little after 5 o'clock. I just wanted to check in on you and tell you I just took the drone out to the park that's underneath the Cosgrove Bridge. It's the bridge that separates North Charleston and West Ashley. And that was a lot of fun. I got the drone up pretty high. I didn't go over the bridge because that would have been a big no-no. But I did go under the bridge, which was kind of fun. A little scary because the Wi-Fi connectivity to the drone started to kind of break apart under that bridge. I could tell like the display on my phone was all pixelated, and I kind of said, all right, let me get out from underneath this bridge. I'm sure it's not good for any kind of radio signals underneath a bridge. But there's a nice long dock that I went down and flew it out over the water and had a little bit of fun. And I talked to a couple of people while I was there. They were very interested in what it was and what it could do and how high it could go and how fast it could fly and all that kind of stuff. So that was a little fun. So I'm going to show you that video right now.
anything saying it was school fucking picture day today. Tuesday announcements. Fuck. The fuck, Lola?